A Texas middle schooler was told to cover up his Star Wars shirt because a Stormtrooper on the shirt had a gun. Mediaite reports that 7th grader Colton Southern got in trouble and, quote, in a statement, the school district defended the decision, pointing to a line in the student dress code that bans symbols oriented towards violence. Now, I actually don't know, based on the article, if the kid was sent home or if he was just told to cover up. And obviously, the degree of my disagreement would vary depending on exactly what the punishment was. But either way, I'm against it. So even if they just said, hey, cover it up, I'm still against it. But definitely if they sent him home, I'm against it. Now, why am I against it? Because that's stupid. You know, we've spoken about this before. They punished a kid who dared to play, like, cops and robbers with his buddy and during timeout, or during recess, I should say. And the kid was, you know, going, pew, pew, pew. They were like, oh, my little Timmy's gonna be a mass shooter! Send little Timmy home. They did the same thing with the Pop-Tart gun. There was a kid who made a gun out of a Pop-Tart and playing with his buddy. And they're like, how outrageous. So part of it is people being too PC and reading too deep into it, and face it, administrators and, you know, people at the school who are just kind of flexing their power because they have a little bit of power, so naturally you abuse it because that's what humans do with power. But then I think another part of this, I have a slightly, you know, more out there theory on this, which is I feel like since Congress and society hasn't done dick about gun violence, like, you know, actual universal background checks, limiting high-capacity magazines, a big gun buyback program, like, since we've done nothing real to address gun violence, that repression kind of manifests itself in weird ways where everybody's like, there's violence in movies, that's bad. There's violence in video games, that's bad. And oh my god, the kid's got a gun on his shirt from Star Wars with a Stormtrooper holding it. Evil, bad, evil. No. Let me make this very simple for you. Violence in movies, fine. No connection to real-world violence. It's a fact. Violence in video games, fine. No connection to real-world violence. That's a fact. A Stormtrooper holding a gun on a shirt, the kid's fine. He ain't dangerous. No connection to violence. That's a fact. Having more guns than any other modern nation in the world and having the highest gun death rate. Okay, there's a connection there. So what should we do? Basic, moderate gun reform, background checks, buyback program, limit high-capacity magazines. Do real gun reform so we don't have to have stupid shit like this occurring where, you know, the repression manifests itself in a weird way where you punish everything else that has to do with fake violence. Fake violence is fake. Real violence is real. Wacky. Do something to prevent that, but not the fake violence because it ain't actually violence and there's nothing wrong with it.